Hi everybody, I'm Laurie from Laurie's Mechanical Marvels, and welcome to the Monday Club.
It's Monday, it's 7 p.m, and the Bronx are on parade. It's time for the Monday Club, featuring your host, Jennifer Kirk, with the help of the Cupboard Monkey, and your host, with the Toasty Toaster, and a wizard called Gandalf, featuring the sounds of the Glass Awake Symphony Orchestra, and the musical stylings of Gordon, the music maestro. Let's get ready to loco! Ho, ho, ho! Ooh.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey. A big hello to you. It is so great to see you and I hope I find you well. It is Monday and that can mean only one thing. It's the day before Tuesday. But actually, if it means two things, it means Monday Club. And today
Yay.
I've got a special guest, Iron Horse Railways, who's
Hello.
popped in to hang out and help us talk about today's topic. And Cupboard Monkey, what is today's topic as you set it up?
Today's topic is what to do if you find yourself losing interest or losing motivation in your hobby.
Yeah, and it's something I've seen a lot of people write about online, that they've lost their mojo. And increasingly, it does feel like everybody's got a YouTube channel. And I know from my experience, I think you know from your experience, that sometimes there is this this drive that everything you do is about, how can I get content out of this? And actually, that can make the hobby very... you start to get sick of it. Because you're not actually doing things for yourself. You're doing things because you think that would make a good video.
That's never going to be a motivator if you're not feeling like you're doing things for yourself. But before we go any further, Jenny, do we have a sponsor?
Yes, we do. Did you not watch the advert we rolled?
Do we have a sponsor?
We have TMC, the Model Centre, your first port of call choice for all new models, as well as an extensive selection of second-hand, pre-owned, pre-loved, and some really quite rare and hard to find items. Anything that maybe you missed the first time around, TMC have got the goods for you, with all items being assessed and checked before listing on their website. You know that what you're going to get is a quality item every time. But in the chat, we've got Leslie Gilpin Railways, Rick Morley, Retro Rambles, Clive Cobold, Harry Sedgwick, James Petts, we do approve, who says, for those who've lost their mojo, may I suggest looking down the back of the sofa. Patrick Ling says, I'm always losing it. DJ K666 says, has Craig brought his ranting cap?
The ranting cap is thoroughly under lock and key at home.
It's at the dry...
only released under dire circumstances.
It's at the dry cleaners. I heard them complaining about it.
It's full of dry.
Tim's Model Railways in different videos says, no farting today, Craig.
Can I just check this moment to
Nick Garolimo, big hello.
My gastric distress is caused by a serious medical condition which was recently diagnosed.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
As opposed to Jenny's, which is caused by too much freaking
I'm sorry. Does his disability cause you amusement?
Yes. Whereas other people in the room, which shall remain nameless,
Jenny.
A lot of people are seeing the TARDIS, so well done, everybody who spotted the TARDIS. I probably didn't hide it
Right,
very well.
I'm off to continue editing your enormous video.
Yes. So a Wednesday video is going to be. Let me bring them up on the.
huge, man.
Where's my? Right front where you... Oh.
Deactivate and then activate.
Yep, there we go. So you can just see all of the Accurascale banana vans. We've got a full in-depth video covering some of the main range versions from Accurascale, the Accurascale Special Commission, which is, well, it's not really a special commission because they make all of them, but the Accurascale website exclusive, and then we've also got the TMC exclusives as well. So it's a bumper video.
I'm a bit disappointed with them though, to be honest with you.
What, that they didn't send you one?
No, they didn't come with any actual bananas.
Yeah, I want some more gauge, double
I
gauge
hate
bananas.
bananas.
I've got a monkey needs feeding at home.
If I open
I've got a monkey needs feeding here, but
If I open up the doors, I should be swamped with bananas.
And tarantulas as well.
Yes.
oh, dar. James Petts, the man who likes to approve, says, I approve of going bananas. Somehow I can't imagine James Petts going bananas. He's like, James Petts is a gentleman. He's a full-on chap I think has never knowingly worn jeans and a t-shirt.
I would love to see James complain at a restaurant. It'd be the most politest complaint in the world.
Yes, the restaurant would know that somebody had made a very stinging complaint about the food, but they would like, but he was so nice
I'm
about
afraid
it.
the food was only satisfactory and not excellent.
Yeah, but I mean, do you find that when you're doing modelling, and it's probably enhanced a lot by having a very successful YouTube channel?
I wouldn't know anything about that, but go on.
But do you find that sometimes you're no longer doing modelling for yourself? It's about content.
I do, and what is worse is when you make the content that you think or you know will do better. For example, speaking about a current issue, so it could be about a new release, a new wagon, a problem in the industry, or something like that. That's one thing, and that sort of video will do particularly well. But those are the types of videos that feel more like work. And when you make a video that you want to make about a project or a subject that you're really passionate about, and you spend a lot of time crafting it, then you publish that video, and it does so poor in terms of reception that you spent all these hours making this video, and 3 people have watched it. No, and that.
And it's
really
like,
does make it hard.
And then when you do one, you think, oh, I'll just crank something out, and it's like
exactly.
30,000 people watch it. But no, I've actually I've struggled a little bit recently, and what I found was a great way of doing things was doing a modelling project for yourself where you studiously don't actually film it. You know, you go out of your way to do something that is just for yourself. Ignore social media, ignore YouTube channel and all of that. And I've actually done a few bits and pieces actually. In terms of the layout, I built, actually no, I didn't build it, the Cupboard Monkey built it. The kit was sent in by one of our Intrepid Monday clubbers.
Thank you, Proper Chuff.
It's the Daypole Class 04. And given that was it Rapido cancelled their 04 shunter, which is most annoying, I decided it's probably as well to paint this up and put a tops number on it, because we all know how I find tops numbers, and I didn't film any of that on purpose.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You sometimes have to take time to enjoy the hobby for yourself, not everyone else. When I do a lot of weathering, and I like to put my music on and just zone out for an hour or so. And then at the end of it, I feel relaxed. I've got a nice model. It looks fantastic, and it's a good thing to do. But when you've got to film it for a tutorial or a guide, you've got to keep stopping and messing about, and it takes away from it. So the question, I suppose, is, Jen, if that's the case, why do we bother doing it in the first place?
I don't know. I mean, Sarah Davis says, do YouTube videos for you. If people like them, then good. If not, then at least you've done it for you. And that's right. Yeah, you've got to kind of try and do it for yourself. Proper Chuffed OO Railway says, Craig, your videos are brilliant, relevant, always. Simon Trains Mother Railway Showcase says, I can see James Petts in drive-by arguments just shouting out of his car, yelling, we disagree, and drives off.
That is from Family Guy.
Is it?
That is from Family Guy, yeah.
Well, no, he would buzz down the window in the back of his...
Oh, Reginald, I disagree, and then drive off really fast. That's what happens.
A proper oh, we read that, yes.
Read that
Robin
one there.
Silver, big hello to you. Warbler Production says the reason my channel doesn't have modelling content is so that I don't lose interest in the hobby. Real railways are not too hard to film, so I don't lose interest in them.
I would agree with that.
Patrick Ling says that's what would happen to me. New Western Grove says, hi Jenny, I'm currently scratch building a Northeastern Railway Tyneside Electric EMU, which was one of the first passenger electrified lines in the UK. Yeah, that and the Holcombe Brook line, the Lancashire and Yorkshire line up to Holcombe Brook, which was used as a test bed. I'm looking at you like
I'm supposed to know about this.
Yeah.
Well, I did watch a recent bit of archive footage, and it did show a rare shot of steam locomotives on the main line going under the newly electrified sections. So you could run early electrics with steam as well.
Yeah. Well, some of the early electrics do go back to even to the 19th century. Some of the steeple cabs. DJK666 says, I was just watching that video about the Rapido wagons. Russell Benton, big hello to you.
Ooh.
And James Pett says, I don't film most of my projects, only things that I specifically want to make a video about. Marcus Muggins says, nice Network Southeast liveried Hoover there. And Nick at Bletchner High Level says, just keep delving into the piggy bank. That works for me.
It works for me as well, Nick.
And somebody was saying about there was a comment that
something misbehaving.
Yeah, there's something seriously misbehaving. We've got
it's that steam locomotive. It's caught on something, or is it round its own backside? It's met with a gronk.
Yeah,
somehow if we've had a bit of a collision on the main line, it's gone. Can you get a camera on that or not?
Not really. It's sort of.
What's happened? Is it the gronk? The gronk's pushing it.
The
gronk is pushing it. It's overpowering that full tray. Oh, what manner of thing has happened?
No, damn thing.
Oh.
Hold on.
All stop.
Well, you know when you're trying to.
What's happened is the gronk has left the shuttle.
The gronk was minding its own business, and actually the issue. that was right what I was trying to avoid.
And we've got the beep of doom, guys.
The beep of doom. Oh, I was trying to avoid that. Can you hit the reset?
Oh, hi Becky, love. Hi, Becky Grace in the comments. Hi, love. I thought she's still in there, but hello, love. Right, let's have a look. I'm pressing the button now.
Press the button.
Press the button. Push the button.
Hit the lever.
Right, we have no reset there. I say, are we working?
So, I was trying.
Mind me flange.
You flange.
I did warn you that my flange was present. Oh, good grief, Penfold. Oh, I nearly castrated myself there. Oh, I sat down far too quickly. Right, is it working then? So why did the gronk start moving and pushing things if it was just minding its own
business? For some reason, point number 1 has been. I was doing some work on all of the. It's the times when you just really want to punch something.
Yes, yes, I do, and usually it's the railway because these things always seem to go wrong. You can, as soon as you put a camera on something, it'll break and it'll stop working. That's a problem. Yeah, but it's quite funny actually because she's really getting involved now. What happened was she'd not switched a point of something, and some sort of a steam engine, a green steam engine. I don't do steam. It protruded itself and met head on with the gronk, and the gronk was so strong it just started pushing it back.
Well, no, they just kind of stopped there. So, do you want to read out the comments from the nice people?
Yeah, it was dying.
Are you?
Oh.
Right. So I'm going to stop that there, and then I've got to select.
So we've got
Craig,
not the twister, I hope. No, not the twister. It was almost a case of smashed potatoes, I'm afraid, Flymo. Narrowly avoided.
So hopefully we have averted total catastrophe.
Well, everything's rolling again. And this is something which came up at Key Model World. People were quite readily happy to chastise the Railnuts team for having issues with their 300-foot, £1,000 multi-teamed layout. it wasn't running properly. Things happen like that on a humble loft layout. I have those sorts of issues on a 6-foot end-to-end layout. So I don't think it's really fair to criticise because they had a couple of derailments and some things weren't running every now and again.
Martin Shipman says, looking forward to the Sompting Model Rail Club show on Saturday. Peter Joyce says, question, why did the Gronk start moving? Well, that Gronk's set to ABC shuttle. Because there was a point on the main line set the wrong way, what's happened is the coal train has gone round, taken the line which the ABC shuttle is on, and has effectively just then rammed into the Gronk that's on the ABC shuttle. And it's down to, I did some, again, not on camera, I did it partially because it needed doing. I had some faulty point decoders, but I was fixing that. I put some new point decoders in, a new point motor, and look what are you doing to me? Hey, stop messing about.
It's happened again. Look, we had a naughty colour wagon that time.
So for some reason that point's got set the wrong way.
Wardle Road, welcome, mate. Hello, how you doing? Are you okay? Here's an unpopular opinion. Wardle Road thinks making tracks have become a tad overhyped.
I think it's become a focal point for the hobby. It's like something that people can kind of condense around and point to, saying, look, isn't this great?
Yeah.
With going for the world record, and they got the world record.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pushing the frontier. It's doing something that's a good news story for the hobby, and actually we need that with a lot of clickbaiters saying about how all the hobbies done, and like amongst them I include the BBC. Those gutter trash. When actually the hobby's doing really well.
And anyone was at Chemo World would have seen that for themselves.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with it whatsoever.
Making tracks is it's like beacon of how successful the hobby is. My layout is attacking the Gronk. Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. Big hello to Alan Reynolds of Buckland Junction, also known as PV8 J Cloth Alan. Ben says, what do you think of the new narrow gauge for O gauge?
N7? Is it? They're calling it, it's not. They've called it N7.
They call it N7, and they got a bit snooty. I say they.
Yeah.
One particular character at the backman stand got a bit snooty when I said, that's the same as 016.5. You know the long established scale.
Oh no, this is NG7.
They went, yeah, no, it's NG7. I said, but it's the same as 016.5, isn't it? So we've got to keep on message, and it's like, come on now, is it or isn't it the same? It is the same.
Backman on brand as usual.
You went silent just at the point I started
reading the comments
necking some Pepsi to the max, a beverage of choice. New Western Grove says, I'm doing well, planning a Tyneside Electrics layout based on Benton, circa 1904. Oh, excellent! I look forward to it. I think that 016.5, because Daypol are also doing the Linton and Barnstable stuff. It looks set to be well supported by manufacturers. We've got 2 different manufacturers on board. In fact, 3 if you include Pico that do the track, have done the track for a very long time. And I think it will be reasonably successful, quite possibly in the same way that 009 complements 00. I think 016.5 will do very well with people. They do seem
to have sort of funneled off down a narrow gauge specialist route, don't they, Batman? They have the 009, and arguably they are one of the main peddlers of it now. And they've now got I suppose you'd call the 00 low gauge equivalent of it as well.
I think the beauty of narrow gauge is that you can have quite a small layout quite prototypically, and certainly with the quarry Hunslets that they're doing in 016.5.
Lots of tight radius one curves. And
the 009 one, I saw a demonstration actually in the backman stand when they had the VIP.
Yeah, demonstrators, yeah.
Well, no. The 009 one going around, they had a 2p piece as the inner rail.
Yeah.
And they'd soldered an outer rail on, and they had an 009 quarry Hunslet actually able to quite happily go in circles around a 2p piece, which would just showed how incredibly tight a curve these would actually run on.
I have to say, I
Yeah, Chris Morris says the marketing folk at Backley's think NG7 sounds better than 016. Yeah, I will grant them that 016.5 is a bit of a mouthful.
It's a bit wordy, isn't it?
Yeah,
I have to say though, if it was a choice between starting out with like TT for example, or doing an NG7 layout, because of the sort of modelling and operating I like to do, which is very much a case of just end-to-end shunting, I think an NG7 layout would lend itself better to that.
Ben Davis says, Iron Horse and Jennifer, have you seen the Rapido S160 video? And they put I'm not kept 100% up to date.
Yes, I haven't seen. When did the video come out? I've seen
the one about the Dazzle livery.
I've seen the Dazzle one. I've seen the one where you have to compare the differences, which I am proud to say. When I spoke to Dave, ex-Hatton's Dave, who now works at Rapido, I bumped into him on the...
Which Dave? There's like loads of Daves from Hatton's.
Dave with the curly hair.
Oh, that Dave.
That Dave, yeah.
Right,
I don't know his second name, but I spoke to him.
Is that Dave Martin?
I couldn't tell you, but...
Or is Dave Martin the one who went to Ellis Clark Train? I lose track.
That's Ellis Clark. That's Ellis Clark Train. But I spoke to him on the Akira scale stand of all places, and we're talking to him about the S160. And I says, I think I've got almost all of the differences between the two photos. And he looked at them and says, yeah, you pretty much have, but you've missed two things. And one of them had different lamp irons on the front.
Right.
And the lamp iron on one was facing one way, and on the other it was facing another. And I would have never spotted that in a million years.
But I think it's going to be a really, really popular model.
Well, I used to have the old Roco one.
The Roco Loco.
It was a lovely model, but...
ran like garbage.
Tender drive.
Yeah.
It was an old model for what it was. Traction tyres as well.
And it only drove to 2 axles on the tender,
so it
which was like, it was like, talk about ruining a beautiful model.
Yeah. And it wasn't double O either, which really annoyed me because it was smaller than everything.
Well, it was HO, which
so it was,
makes sense given the market Roco were going for.
The Rapido one is a proper double O gauge one, which as soon as pre-orders become available, I am ordering one. And I'll be ordering Large James as well, as they called it.
Big Jim.
They called it Large James in the prototype video.
Peter Jackson, Sheila Heath has noticed Mike Myers, the E-Type Jag. Yes, it's the Jaguar.
I don't think you can say that before 9 o'clock.
What,
Demonetised. The Yagisha.
Big hello to Dion. We've got loads of people in. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's really important. Show your love. I tried to say like and love at the same time, and it just made me sound like some kind of lush. Yeah. Show your love for the channel. Hit that like button and share us to social media. And if you haven't already done so, then do please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and actually watch the videos.
Mike Ray says, "Can Craig please stop talking over Jenny? Shall I just sit here and look pretty and silent?"
I was hoping that you'd do some talking.
No, apparently I've got to stop talking over you. If you've ever been with Jenny in person, you have to get your words in quick while she takes a breath, because she can talk quite a lot.
I can normally hold down the entire Monday Club for 2 hours non-stop.
Exactly.
Lizzie Beard Locomotive, big hello to you. Raymond Legs, there were 4 axles on the tender because there was two 4-wheel trucks, but it was only driving the outer ones.
It's a shame because it was under the model, but the traction tyres,
I didn't realise they'd announced the crane. Is the crane making a comeback? I didn't see that in the announcement.
I have heard of Batman cranes, I think.
Certainly at
Big yellow one? Was it a big yellow? The big yellow crane that's come out recently?
It was a different... I'm thinking about those cranes.
No,
it's the one that Hatton's was like asking if people wanted, and then I don't think they had the expressions of interest to justify it going forward. That is now appearing in the EFE range. Not a bad price, actually. It's about £70, which is not that much more than the price that Hatton's, were quoting for it probably about 5-6 years ago. So I think that'll do quite well.
DJK 6666, and I've said this to you before. I thought the title card was good. Craig looks like he's wielding a weapon. I do look like I've got like a truncheon on in the title card. It was that picture that's always stuck with us when we went to
Oh right, it's like, watch this, you slag.
But to get back on topic, just ever so briefly about losing
mojo.
momentum. I recently had a toe dipping into Engage as a skill.
You dipped more than your toe. You dived in.
I dived into Engage as a thing, and I did that for several reasons. I was becoming ever so slightly disillusioned with Double O. I have my 6 foot scenic, 10 foot length with filiard shunting layout. I've enough room to run around and run small train shunting. And I missed having, like Jen's got here, a continuous run just for watching trains run around.
It is worth a lot.
It is good. And when I got my Engage layout built and put together, as followers of my channel will know, you saw the progress of that, I found out that even though I have the option of continuous run, I still just ended up shunting with the Engage stuff. And because it's so small, I couldn't easily fit sound to anything.
You see, you enjoy shunting, but for me, shunting is I'd rather listen to paint dry. I find shunting very tedious.
Well, this is where I'm going with it. It doesn't lend itself to shunting at all. Yes, you can do it, and you can do it successfully, but it's a lot more rewarding when you've got the scale, the size of sound. So, in a way, me dipping my toe into Engage gave me an appreciation for what I have in Double O. And now, one fateful evening, I thought I'll just test my little what was it now? It was my class 24 for Batman. I'll just test it because I haven't run it for a while, and that was it. I haven't touched the Engage model layout since, and that was like 3-4 weeks ago.
So which 24 do you have?
I have the 24-1. The first one, it's still a class 24, but it has the head code box on the top.
Which
but
livery?
It's not a 20 BR green.
Oh, you went because I've got the 24-1 in rail blue.
Yeah.
I really quite like that. The cab detail really is exquisite. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze.
But that, this is what I'm saying to you. I've dipped my toe into Engage. I do like it. I have an appreciation for Engage and Engage modelers. But if anything, it gave me a much higher appreciation of what I already have in Double O, and things that I took for granted in Double O just seem like golden, like golden pinnacles of features now, because you just don't have them in Engage. And I'm not going to stop modelling Engage, but I am going to certainly downsize from what I have and just stick to having like the box file diorama that me, Zoe and Jen are building at the minute as well.
See, I find Engage too small.
It is.
I'm actually, it's an age thing with eyesight. I'm starting to find Double O a little bit difficult to see things
I'm
properly.
all right so far with Double O, but
I'm favouring O gauge. But the trouble with O gauge is they've got garbage couplings for doing anything.
quite fiddly.
Yeah, even making up a full train is quite hard. So I need to figure something out with
there is a firm out there that may magnetic 3-link couplings.
Do Hunt couplings do O gauge ones?
Do you know what? I'll have a quick look. Let's investigate to see what the Chris's have made for us, shall we? Let's have a quick look.
Russell Benton says, I fancy dipping my toe into TT120. The HSD looks terrific. The thing I always say about TT120, the big selling point for me is that it is to scale. And that means none of this fudge that we've got as a legacy of ye olde days, where Double O and even N gauge is not proper to scale, and you end up with narrow gauge. TT120 is to scale, and when you look at it, you can see the difference.
The trains seem to sit a lot more on the track.
Yeah.
Hunt do anything for O gauge, from what I can
Somebody
see.
does. I have seen them on the market. What we really want is just a magnet on the end of the actual 3 links.
Well, there is, in fact, you know what? Someone does that. It's called Maglink. Hang on a second. I've seen them.
Chris
before.
Morris says, I'm 67 and I get on fine with N-gauge. Yeah, I mean, I don't say everybody, but certainly I do struggle with some of the really small bits and pieces.
GLR bespoke services, that's the ones. GLR.
O-gauge, mag link, 3-link couplings.
Yeah, that's the ones.
Ah, yes.
See what I mean?
The only trouble is that's quite in depth to actually fit. What I want is one which you can just put onto the end of the 3-link coupling.
What you could do, all you need to do is get one of the Hunt coupling magnets, cut the end off, and just get some super glue on the back of the magnet.
You could just super glue a magnet on the end of
and that would. It's messy, but it works, and it makes it a hell of a lot easier.
I suppose so,
because ripping your wagon apart.
Because on the garden railway, actually, I could do with a little bit more of a gap between the wagons, because right down on minimum radius. Flymo Chairman 1 says, I saw a GWR Mark III buffet car in TT120, but not in double O gauge. Not chuffed. Although the GWR, certainly the fag packet livery ones, they're actually on offer at the moment. Quite a few places. I've seen them at Kerno Models. They've got about 6 different ones, so well worth a look. I think it does include the buffet. But I'm guessing they mean the later all-green ones. I'm going to kit bash some chains, Sarah Davis. I will. It's just right down on the bottom of the to-do list.
Really, yeah.
But they're a faff, even just to put the bloody things on the track. Mad About Steam says, hello everyone, long time since I've been in the stream. Welcome back, it's great to see you. And I hope you're well. Yeah, it's like riding a bike, you never forget. Daz Faulkner says, can someone send me Chris Morris' channel if that's okay? I'm sure that they can message that to you. I presume that if you do a search for that on YouTube, it should come up.
Yeah, it should do.
Atreus Lux says, I'm waiting to see what 3-foot gauge modelers do with the TT120 and 4mm scale. Oh, but yeah, but that's already been around. There's already, Picam already do the HOM track, which is out there, has been out there for a long time. Nick at Bletchley High Level says, can I smell toast? No, Topsy Toaster and Gronksy Toaster are on a day trip away in Bredbury. They've gone out to see if they can spot some Gronks down at Longsight Depot in Manchester. So Topsy and Gronksy aren't here tonight, but we've got Craig in as a substitute.
Mike Ray, very kindly.
Oh, thank you so much, Mike Ray. It's really generous of you donating $4.99 on the super chat. That's really, really generous of you. Thank you so much. But yeah, there we are. We have mentioned Topsy and Gronksy, but currently out in Bredbury. They've had a nice day out. Gronk
is that
spotted.
a toe tester?
Oh, what? Sorry.
Is that a toe tester?
Toe test. Toe tester.
Toe tester.
You mean toaster?
I do mean toaster, but I'm saying it wrong on purpose.
Well,
toaster, like Leicester. C-S-T-I is pronounced stir.
Well, Topsy did grow up in Toaster, and that's where most of his family is from.
He had to move out because he got burned.
But there is a distant uncle down in Sandwich, and they went down and visited him. It was like a waffle maker. He was a Monte Cristo waffle maker.
A waffle maker.
I told you, he was a distant uncle.
Welcome to the Monday Club, where we're discussing about trains and model railways. So, of course, we're talking about bread and bread-related products.
Absolutely, Nigel Cole. Yes, the toasters are on a roll. Mad About Steam says, hi, Jenny. Can you give a shout-out to my favourite YouTuber, Mini Tom, please? Oh, surely I should be. But, yeah, good shout-out to Mini Tom. Mini Tom. Citizen Crafty Method says, hi Jen, I'm pretty new. I'm in from Australia and I'm looking to...
You'd be sat there stroking a koala and loving this. You'd be sat there stroking a koala bear loving it.
They're vicious little things.
What, Australians or koalas?
Hey. Anyway, I'm in from Australia and I'm looking to model Albany Harbour, which was the main port of call from immigrants from UK to Australia in the very early days.
That
Reclaimed
like
land and jetties. Yeah.
That sounds fantastic, yeah.
But a big hello to you. Greetings from the middle of the night. Actually, no, I think Australia's ahead of us, so it's like greetings from the past. But welcome along. Yeah, Mike Ray, it's Topsy from the East. All these bread puns. Yeah, Ben Tullett says the toasters must have gone to visit Warburton's. Warburton's is actually smelling distance from here. When it catches fire, you can smell toast here.
He says it's 2 a.m. Tuesday morning. Oh.
So Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase says, on my other channel, celebrating gaining 8,000 subscribers by watching Oh Mr. Porter.
Well, yes, that's right, because Oh Mr. Porter, if I'm not mistaken, is actually old enough to now be in the public domain. So you can just have it there. There's loads of channels on YouTube that have Oh Mr. Porter, to watch.
Is that a bit like The General?
I assume so, yeah. I mean, it's a great film. If you've not seen Oh Mr. Porter, guys, seriously, just YouTube it after the stream.
Yeah, I've seen a few, some old content turning up on YouTube. It's a bit strange.
I think it is like that. I think that is the case.
Leslie Beard Locomotive says, I like eating almost burnt toast. Oh no, I don't like it when it's burnt. Marcus Muggins says, crumbs. And David J says, Jenny, have you tried the Ellis Clark Train's O-gauge working drophead Buckeye couplings? They look good and easy to fit. I'll have to try some. I think I might get in contact with Ellis.
Speak to young Ellis and see what he says.
Yeah. Tom Marshall Buggle Skelly Station says, best copy of Oh Mr. Porter is on my channel.
Yes, Tom, I've seen that. Yes, is yours higher quality than everyone else's? Because if it is
it like a DVD rip?
I have no idea, but it is on there.
I've missed a trick here.
Tom, actually, could you confirm for us, please, Tom, if you're still watching, on your Oh Mr. Porter video, have you had any copyright strikes or matches or any things come up on that? Clearly, you've not monetised it.
Because the thing is,
have you had anything come up on it?
Because I'm guessing the first person to actually get a copy up there, they would then start getting to say, oh, well, such and such has put up your video. It's not your video, they've put up a copy as well. But I
scaled to 4K. No copyright issues. Oh, well, that's it.
So it's not.
4K, then.
You've not had anything which says like another channel's put up basically your video.
Apparently not. No, because I think it must be registered as public domain.
Mike Ray says there's also an old radio series called Parsley Sidings with some of the guys from Dad's Army. Don't panic! Don't panic! Don't panic! We're doomed. Doomed.
Apparently, World Production says Almost Support was produced in 1937. So when the last person dies who produced it, apparently it goes from
the last person involved with it passes away. That's when the copyright countdown starts, not date of production. Yeah, that's why the Mickey Mouse one. That's down to it's to do with the death of Walt Disney rather than when it came out. Because I know somebody was asking about Titfield Thunderbolt, but there was somebody involved in it that didn't pass away until late 90s, early 2000s. So there's still a length to go with that before that's public domain.
No Warble production. That's not the case because that train's gone.
If anybody is querying where the Cupboard Monkey is, the Cupboard Monkey has gone off to do
the Amazon.
Yeah, to do monkey magic. She's currently swinging around the chandeliers downstairs.
Fighting great sage equal of heaven.
Yeah, something to do with bananas. I heard you give a monkey a banana, it goes crazy. It flings its poo at you.
I wonder why Zoe did that as I walked through the door this afternoon.
Gregory Callow says, morning, Jenny and Craig. I visited the annual Brisbane Model Rail Show here in Queensland, Australia.
We have a lot of Antipodean friends with us,
we do.
Yeah.
I refrained from buying too much, only what I needed. I'm very needy. Yes, I'm just buying what I need. But you've got everything. That's like going into a shop. Well, when we have the manufactured shortages of bog rolls, only buy what you need. But I do need 1,000 rolls of bog roll.
Nigel Cole says, "What? Walt Disney is dead? What a way! Yes, I'm sorry to break the news to you. Walt Disney has in fact been dead for quite some time.
And Richard Gruters says, "Sorry, I'm late. Forgot it was Monday." Well, Gandalf is phoning in his performance
as usual.
The Monday Clubber is never late, Toto Wackens, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Yeah, I really shouldn't have shown him how the intercom worked.
See, one thing I'm looking for now, right, guys, your mission this evening is to find me
Hey, what?
a working.
I found you. I win. What's my prize?
You get to find me
I found you. What's my prize?
an Electro-Tren 060 chassis.
Oh,
I need one because I want to get from Tom Marshall a kit to create Gladstone from Old Mr. Porter. I have looked and looked and looked, and I cannot find an Electro-Tren chassis anywhere. So if you guys can find one for me, and either let me know in the comments or send me an email, ironhorserailways@gmail.com, I would so...
You mean like one of them?
Yeah, this is the chassis. The chassis looks like this, guys. Forget the model on top of it, but the chassis looks like that. If I can find one, I'm on my way to having my own little Gladstone, which is something I really want, because I can run it next to Lion from Rapido, and eventually I'm going to get Locomotion 1. And I need to pick up a rocket as well, because I'm trying to do a whole early days of railways thing, and I think having Gladstone in there would be a cute little thing to have. Is it working?
It's not DCC fitted. So Warbler Productions says, I keep getting dropout, not sure which end it is.
I think it's your, mate.
Yeah,
everything's fine here, mate.
You always know if it drops out at your end. Russell Benton says it's buffering there as well. As a few people say, buffering Wheels of Doom. Oh no! Well,
It's showing it's okay.
It's showing as... Where's the thing which says we're... That's just weird.
Well, we are.
No pictures, frozen.
Try changing the camera, Jen. See if that helps.
I don't know. Where's the thing which normally says that we're green?
We're green there.
Dropped frames, 0. The stream's gone, says JL Railways. I don't understand that. That's just weird. Buffer crazy, nice test card. Buffering. Everybody's buffering. If the monkey is downstairs, would appreciate some technical input from the monkey. Can somebody put 50p in the meter? For some reason, it's everybody's saying we're buffering, but it's saying no dropped frames.
Pass me your phone.
Everything looks okay.
I don't know. Can somebody type in that everything's okay?
Apparently we're back now. Can you hear us?
Are we back? It says loading. Something broke. It's.
Oh yeah, we are.
Did we? What was it?
A bit I don't know, but
Everything's all right as soon as you load.
Everything's okay, guys. On mine, we are.
It's weird because it's not showing any issue at our end. Valley's 56XX suggests everyone try reloading the page.
We're all back now. Anyway,
oh, we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay. All now did freeze. YouTube keeps dropping the streams at Leamington Station.
There's something wrong with YouTube.
Yeah, it's a YouTube issue, not an us issue, unfortunately.
Nothing is going wrong on our end because we've got the thing saying no drop frames. We've got an upload of 27,000 bits per second.
Yeah, which is more than
that. Yeah, we're
our
well
stream
in the green.
Health is fine, and we've had no warnings.
So stream health is healthy.
But if I look at the analytics. Oh, look.
A huge drop-off.
Yeah, a massive drop-off all at once, which means YouTube dropped the stream.
Yeah, so you may find that it dropped, a whole bunch of people got dropped off the server.
Yeah, so hopefully they'll come back.
Hopefully, yeah. We welcome back people who are finding us.
Yeah,
all okay.
We are having trouble. It's just not getting through. Something's wrong, but
Weird.
It's not on our end.
I've noticed a lot of difficulties recently with YouTube. I've been trying to look at thumbnails. It's just not loading anything up.
I have had issues as well, yeah.
So it's not just me then. So
and it just
YouTube's doing something in the background.
You'll be watching a video, and it's not that you've disconnected. It just starts. You get the spinny wheel of doom.
Yeah, it just stops.
And it's like, well, I've got a connection. I know that because I can go onto another website and everything works just fine.
Yeah. Tom Marshall, have you got? Sorry, Jeff. Tom Marshall, have you got the chassis? Because if you have, I'll send you an email after the stream, mate. Because I am interested.
Yeah, they're getting hard to get. I think.
Tom Marshall's the guy that makes the Buggles Kelly stuff. So.
Right.
I'll send you.
Set
he did.
and
I've weathered my van for him as well. Tom, I'll send you an email afterwards, mate, and we'll work something out, mate. Okay? Because I'll be interested in the full thing if we can.
Cool.
So that's good.
So,
Is there any stormy weather near? Yes, there's loads of stormy weather. but
There
what's
is a
it doing
thunderstorm
outside?
warning.
we've got
Yeah.
a storm warning. It's perfectly fine outside. I've been looking at the CCTV.
Nice.
It's not us. It's YouTube.
Talking about not us, whilst you're there, would you adjust the camera? Because that looks like it's been knocked. I'm mindful. I mean, people are probably enjoying the
It's a different view.
the different
How's
views.
that?
Yeah,
Different
that's
angle on
that's
that.
good. That's good. That's where it should normally be.
Yeah, we can check our stream health because it'll tell us
But
if there's
it
problems.
shows,
Oh look,
it shows it on the bottom.
Everyone's
yeah,
come-
everybody's
come back
come
up.
back. So
stream health excellent. We have not had a message about health on the stream.
Yeah.
We have lost people though.
Yeah. So don't forget to, the best thing to do, of course, is to hit the like button and then share the stream to social media. Let people know that we are still on and running.
The other thing that we really should do is beatbox. Okay, ain't no thing. Yeah.
The
Right,
cough,
I'm
the
going
cough was
back.
necessary. I was
I'm go-
freestyling. 3B Rail says evening all. Hope everyone is well. Yes, thank you. As a suggestion of lateness there, hold on. Gandalf's on the other end of the intercom.
A Monday clubber is never late, Toto
And it just
Wackens,
proves that that's
nor
not
are
new,
they
doesn't it,
early.
Zoe?
They arrive
Yeah, 'cause I'm here.
precisely when
Yeah.
they mean to.
Hello.
Oh, thanks, Gandalf.
Gandalf, could you say that again?
A Monday
not-
clubber
sorry,
is
it's not
never
me,
late, Toto Wackens.
That
nor
is-
are they early.
That is quite
They
peculiar,
arrive
isn't it?
precisely when they
Gandalf
mean
is
to.
he's
Thanks,
a constant
Gandalf.
professional. Nothing interrupts him when he's saying his piece.
Absolutely.
He will
Yes.
say it stone cold
He's
to the letter.
in the zone.
And then they go back to the big barrel.
Oh, well, wait, you've popped up.
Well,
You were
broken biscuits.
downstairs on the intercom.
I was, but I followed Zoe up because she had biscuits in her pockets.
What, do you?
Had.
Oh, Gandalf. Oh,
Zantek blames Kirk. Why?
Gandalf
What- why
needs
does
his
everyone-
What have I
fees.
done? I am not.
why does everybody blame you? It's almost like they've met you.
It's all right, they've met me, yeah.
Right, see you
I'm
later.
going back to editing.
I'm excited now that Tom said that because that means I can possibly now finally have a little Gladstone to go with all my little Buggles Kelly people. So I'm happy
Nice.
with that. SHGP Media also blames me.
Oh. Ben Tullett says, have YouTube employed Laurie from Laurie's Mechanical Marvels? That explains the issues. Why doesn't he doesn't always get issues? He fixes stuff. He makes things work. And if those pen pushers down at YouTube
be
don't
fair,
want to...
His Dennis fire engine, which he spent a lot of time fixing,
Uh-huh.
broke the first time he took it out for a drive.
Is it held together by breadsticks
I
and
think
shellac or
it's held
something?
I don't think it is held together. I think the
Is
other
he
thing,
finding the reason it was sold cheap to him?
I think quite possibly. he
Yeah.
is.
See, I remember as a kid when all the fire engines were Dennis
Yeah.
fire engines. And I can remember at a school fete, little me got sat in the fire engine, and I kept pressing the buttons to turn all the horns on. But because the fireman had the little stall in front of it, they didn't like that because they had an air horn up the bottom.
Oh, matron. Oh.
Yeah, so I got very, very quickly shuffled out of the driver's seat.
Anthony Allison says, any news on the Metcalfe visit yet, Jenny? Are you visiting Metcalfe?
I need to arrange it. Nobody from Metcalfe has been in touch, but in fairness, I have not been in touch with Metcalfe either. Richard Gruter says, maybe my fault, I've pressed the wrong button. No, don't press that button again. Valley's 56. Oh, this is Laurie derailed a train on making tracks. To be honest, he wasn't the only one. There's a lot of derailments on that. Apparently, he did it in front of Pete Waterman and got an earful.
Brilliant.
They wouldn't let me the other side of the barrier. I got my camera wagon round, but they wouldn't let me actually play with the trains.
Well, they've seen what happened to them Monday night, haven't they?
Yeah, they were, yeah. Beep, beep, beep.
We timed them that perfectly.
We did.
Unrehearsed.
It's so in sync.
Unrehearsed.
Ooh.
So, if we can, momentarily,
Talk about.
the subject of the video matter at hand. Now,
We're circling
Do-
round to the topic.
we've got a plot tonight and everything.
Mm.
What do you do, Jen, when you find yourself getting stuck in the mud and you say you do things just for yourself?
I've
But-
actually found that doing things that you studiously don't film, that you do for yourself, is a good way of getting the old mojo back. I think there's this temptation to think of to start to think of your hobby through the lens of what content can I create here.
Everything is content.
Yeah, and actually that's unhealthy. You end up losing your hobby doing that. So I've spent a weekend where I have largely done things that I wanted to do. So in terms of modelling, I've actually I read the manual for Aegis, the DCC Concepts Aegis. But then I also did my Class 04 Shunter paint job, and I think it's 04127 is the number that I did. And if you're wondering about the significance of that, it was simply, obviously, it had to start 04, and then it was just which digits I had more than any others on the sheet. I was kind of low on zeros, so I couldn't justify having a low numbered 04. It had to start 041. But I also did some stuff outdoors, some stuff that I didn't film on the Garden Railway. I put a nice little handrail post in.
I think it's a good way, isn't it, of just bridging the gap, if you bringing it back down to earth for a minute.
Yeah, getting back to like the good old days when you didn't film everything, you just did it because you really, really enjoyed doing it.
What do you folks in the chat think? What do you do when you find yourself getting stuck in a rut and you find yourself disheartened with the hobby, or you find you're not enjoying it as much as you think you should be doing?
AD Pullen says, night all, keep safe. Look, you take great care of yourself. It's been great having you along. As Simon Trains Model Rail showcases, Donegal Dad Rail was one of the volunteers at Making Tracks at Key Model World Live. He said it was stressful to operate but enjoyable. Yeah, they did all look like it was getting stressful. I think the problem is, and I know from having taken a large layout to exhibitions for years and years with my father, it's a lot of hard work. And the bigger that exhibition layout gets, the more hard work it is. Because it's really difficult, the nuts and bolts of it, getting it level, getting all those track joints lined up, such that a train will just run through it in its entirety. And that's even before you get to difficulties with... there was a lot of interference in the hall. We noticed it because it completely wiped out what our radio mics recorded.
Your thing, wasn't it? James Pett says, if I'm not feeling it, I'll switch to doing something else for a while. And sometimes, where's the rest of his chat gone? Novelty makes for excitement. I think,
Yeah, I like doing DIY, like actual proper DIY around the house, which is kind of, it's justified by the Garden Railway, but I put in a handrail on the steps. And I quite enjoyed doing that. There's something quite therapeutic about digging a big hole and then filling it with concrete.
Diggy hole.
But then I've also done a lot of gardening as well, and I found that quite therapeutic.
I would take up gardening if I could use
if you
those
had
RC things that they
if you had a garden.
Key Model World.
Do you have a garden?
I have a driveway.
You have a driveway, but
concrete jungle.
Do you? But no garden.
No grass of which to speak.
I don't have grass.
I have no mud, nothing. It's all open.
Yeah, Sarah David says, do it when the mood takes. I'd maintain my remote control car the day before a big race and get so stressed by it that I'd end up making myself too ill to go racing the next day.
Though, is it? That's
no. Warbler Productions says, I want to do a video about the old Baddesley Quarry tramway from the Trent Valley line up a 1 in 27 gradient to Baddesley Colliery near Atherstone. It's the one that had one of the industrial garrets. The other things I do is actually I found myself doing a lot of tidying of the house. That can be quite therapeutic. Just all the things you've been putting off.
Yeah.
Lizzie Beard Locomotive says, I nearly fell down the stairs getting into my PJs. That's a bit of a PJ malfunction, if ever there was one, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be trying to put your PJs on at the top of the stairs.
I do it when you film the planted. Tom Marshall says he's in a position at the moment where he's got so many orders and commissions coming through at the moment, he hasn't got time to do the models himself. So he's sort of modelling vicariously by watching other people's modelling content videos, which again is...
That's another good way to do it. So you have them on in the background whilst you're doing something else. Sometimes that can be quite good. Excuse me. I've been listening to a lot of audio books as well.
That's a great way of doing it.
So it's all the fun of a book, but without the aggro of reading it.
Yeah. All the eye straining and paper cuts.
Well, no, it means you can be doing something else, multitasking. But yeah, and this is where essentially when you get to be a big YouTuber, your hobby becomes your job, but you actually run the risk of losing your hobby.
A jobby.
A jobby.
A jobby.
When Mr. Jobby comes to visit. Jobby.
And I know that's a bit of a funny pun, but it does become a jobby. Even when you've only got a couple of thousand subscribers like I have, I get 2 days off a week from work, and some nights I come home from work so exhausted I don't do anything. I just lay there and wait to fall asleep, so I don't get any more done anyway.
Tom Marshall, Buckle Skelly Station, we know a jobby is something very different in Scotland.
Absolutely.
You do not want to find a jobby in your shoe.
But that's the thing. I mean, you come home and you're too tired to do any modelling, and then your day off comes and you want to do some modelling, you think, I can't. There's thousands of people waiting for me to make a video this week.
And actually, sometimes you got to say to yourself, I come first. If I want a day off, why not? And that too is important because I think there's very few people can actually make a living full time out of YouTube. So you have another job, and you've got to have some time off from everything. It's okay to sometimes have a day in your PJs. Watching TV.
It doesn't even necessarily need to be your TV that you watch.
Oh, you're saying go to your back bedroom with a set of binoculars and watch 80 inches of plasma somewhere in the estate.
Just be careful where you aim those binoculars.
Zantek says, when a hobby becomes a job, it's a jobby. A jobby Scottish. Yeah, I know.
Yes, we know that was the joke intended, mate. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
Thank you for pointing out the bleeding obvious.
Oh dear me. Becomes a jobber because it's
because it's. Colney123 says, I've had so many layouts in different scales and gauges. My shed is full of tracker models from many false starts.
Yeah.
We'll have to sell to make room.
I can empathise. Engage for me was a bit of a. I thought this was going to be it, and it wasn't.
Yeah, and this is something as well. There's also a danger that you view a change of scale or a change of era, or as somehow the panacea for the lack of mojo. But actually, all it does is strip mine your wallet
and make you realise actually what I had before was what I wanted. The grass, you're right.
The grass is always greener on the other side. Name a Gamer YT says, how's the job going, Jenny? It's going all right, actually. 4 days a week, long hours, but the money's reasonable. So yeah, it gives me a lot less time for doing videos. But I think working from home all the time as well. This is another thing. People think, oh, that'd be great being a full-time YouTuber.
It's really
and actually, it's horrible because it constantly feels like you're goofing off.
And the thing is, because you've got to work all the time at home, you essentially, in a way, become a prisoner in your own home. You can't.
Yeah, it's because I need to. Every morning you're thinking, I must edit something, I must film something, I must come up with something, and you end up working more hours, and there is no day off. You end up doing 7 days a week. I was finding.
And don't get us wrong, it is really fun. It's enjoyable. I love the whole process.
Oh yeah.
Filming, editing, thinking of something funny to do, and I enjoy it, and Jen enjoys it. But it is work. It is tiring.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, for me, working from home, I need somebody to tell me what to do. And
somewhere to clock in with your little punch.
Yeah, I need a little punch cut. I need a commute.
And a works keeper with.
Yeah, I need 20 minutes of shouting at other drivers at the beginning and end of the day is what I need in my life.
Just edit your videos on the way to work with your phone like everyone else is doing.
Yeah, basically, if I haven't shouted, "Oh, you blanco," to a complete stranger in a car, then my day doesn't feel like I've done a proper day's work.
Becky Grierson says, and if you're like my sister, she's from Scotland, you have a jobby jabber on hand. Oh.
Railway Rob says, have you stopped modelling in N now, Iron Horse? I loved N, but getting the trains to do a circuit without derailing was a nightmare.
I haven't stopped modelling in N. I am severely shrinking what I have in N, and it's going to be more for dioramas and small little box file layouts. And certainly a big thing isn't for me. It's not the way forward. I'd rather have a moderate 00 layout than a huge N-gauge layout.
Absolutely. Atreus Lux was saying, don't you have to keep feeding the algorithm? And there is a risk as well. You become obsessed by the algorithm, and nobody quite knows what the hell the algorithm wants. It doesn't tell you.
It's very fickle, mistress. One week it will like this, and the next week...
Yeah. James Pett says, I always need a separation between hobby and job. Yeah, I think that's what I need. And when I didn't have that separation, it is quite damaging. Because you have to have a hobby, and if you make your hobby your full-time job, then you're not so much living the dream as you just manage to sacrifice your hobby on the altar of earning a living.
Yeah.
Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, it's great to see you. I hope you're well. And they say, Jenny, I got some exciting news. Hot Wheels has finally revealed their new G1 Bumblebee and Optimus Prime in diecast form. Now that's my childhood right there. Zoe does the noise, but yeah.
That's kind of it.
I don't know. I didn't quite have the misplaced childhood doing the sound whenever I moved, but
when I stand up, it sounds like fireworks going off now.
Chris Morris says, I love being retired. I get paid for doing nothing. I don't get any time off though. Yeah, my father said that. He said he's not quite sure how he managed to hold down a full-time job because he's never been busier than when he was retired.
Yeah. You find things to do.
Martin Parkinson says, can't Zoe punch you in?
I think Zoe wants to punch Jenny, but not necessarily in at work, maybe in the jaw.
Yeah. Pim1234 says, the Netherlands reporting in, sir. Says, great to see you. Hope you are well.
Nice to see you in the chat. Yes, thank you.
Yes, let's have some pizza.
Let's have a pancake and a schwalk and a little
Everybody's
dance,
party time.
Yes. I am gold member. Yes. That's a nice offensive accent for everyone there.
Yeah. So sorry for being offensive, Pim1234. It was nice to have you whilst it lasted.
I've got a Dutch friend, so I'm cool.
You're covered.
I'm good.
Big hello, Hannings Rest Model Railway, Wiven Model Railway as well. It says, so new Model Railway say, I'm just getting in midway through a conversation there. Chris Morris says, I wouldn't have time to work now. Yeah, that's pretty much what my dad said. He doesn't know how he did it.
Namer Gamer says, it's my son's birthday Friday. Could you give him a little shout out, please, Jenny? He's watching with me and he'll be 10. His name's Bobby.
Well, Bobby, happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
So, J94, great to see. Oh my word, 3B Rail, very, very generously given £10 on the super chat. Thank you so much. That's really generous of you. And says, many thanks, Jenny and Zoe, for all that you do, especially with the constraints of the new work regime. A little something to top up the biscuit barrel.
Well, that's all right.
Oh, thank you so much. That's incredibly generous of you. I mean, you've been so generous for us. And you've also generously sent in Topsy and Gronksy toaster as well. Yeah. And the Gronk that came with Gronksy.
I still have.
There is a video on that coming.
I still have the stencil, by the way, at home. So Gronk it up in a drawer somewhere. So if you want to Gronk anything else up, anything can be Gronked. The Gronking possibilities are limitless. Yeah, about that big, you know how big Topsy is, don't you? So
yeah.
We can Gronk at will.
And yes, Clive Gobold, the overhead line equipment in 00 does look really good from West Hill Wagon Works.
Fantastic. It's so
I love the fact that it sticks on with magnets. So if you knock it, it's not like it doesn't break.
Like a ham-fisted troll-like figure that I am.
But also, if you want to clean the track, you can just take your masks off.
It's going to take a little bit of time to set it back up again, but at least you can. It's not damaged and broken.
Yeah, and like for transport as well, you can imagine that's a brilliant way of transporting an exhibition layout.
Absolutely.
But you know, cleaning the track's hard at the best of times if you're not accidentally demolishing all the line side equipment.
Yep.
So being able to just sort of take them out and clean the track, or if you putting trains on the track as well. So I think it's a great idea. James Pett had a brake van ride behind a Gronk today. Oh, excellent work. We do salute you.
I was at the Ribble Steam Railway earlier this morning, and I was lucky enough to sit in the guards compartment in the BSK in the back there. That was nice.
Oh, where was this?
Ribble Steam Railway. It was quite quiet, so I just wandered down the train. And I accidentally walked into the guards compartment. I said, "I'm sorry." It's okay, you can sit down, mate. It's fine. So I was sat in the what would have been the luggage compartment. They put a few bench seats in there for the staff. But I was just
love that. So you pay all that money for a seat, and you go and sit on a bench.
But it was cool because I was stood right at the back of the BSK, looking through the window.
Oh, the little window.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I saw I got the locomotive, the little Bagnall shunter, coming right up. I was filming it through like a little metal grid in the door. And then I'll zoom out and you see the metal grid and the local couples up to the thing. So watch out for that video coming this Thursday, guys.
Thursday.
Look at that.
Excellent. Yeah. London Transport 57XX Duck number L99 says, I have no 08 shunters. That is a major oversight in your collection, I feel. That you do need at least one Class 08.
Technically speaking, I don't have any 08 shunters anymore. I have a Class 13 now. I have two. I have two Class 08s and I've got one Class 13.
Were they distressed 08s or did you destroy two perfectly good Gronks?
Well,
and has yours both still got motors in or
no? My slave motor was removed. There was something wrong with the first one, which is why I took it apart. The nicer of the two models remained properly. And
yeah, I did that. The damaged one became the slave.
Yeah. Hi Bethany, go to bed.
So technically, actually, the master part of my Class 13, you could detach it from the slave and it just becomes a Gronk with a weird number and a very heavy-duty buffer being set.
Absolutely, yeah.
Railway Rob says, is it okay to have a Class 20 instead of an 08? Why not have a Class 20 as well as an 08? No, it's perfectly all right. Perfectly all right.
Cement Works use them as shunters.
They do, actually. Aaronville says, question, I've pre-ordered a HM7000 6-pin DCC chip ages ago. Will it fit into a Hornby Stevenson's rocket? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. They've not come through to the beta test group yet. So it's a case of when they do arrive, I will, of course, let Monday Clubbers know. It's always a great reason to be subscribed, ring that bell, and religiously watch the videos in the Monday Club. But the non-sound decoders, which includes the 6-pin one, we've not had them through for testing yet. At the moment, they're ironing out a few wrinkles in the Android version. It's always the Android version that's a problem. And I think it's just inherent to Android. And I suspect that app writers in general, across the board, for all these other apps, probably find Android to be an absolute nuisance.
You've got Android is like a platform, and you've got lots of OSs that use it as a base.
So you're not writing just one version, you're writing
versions of Android.
I was told in the beta group it's something like 14 or 15 different ones.
There is a lot.
Nick Garolimo says, just realised I've been watching you from 7 minutes ago. Caught up now. So he was watching the stream, but he was watching it as if
when it flopped out from before.
So he's typing in the chat and thinking, what the hell are all these other people talking about? Aaronville, I use iPhone, iPad as well. I've not had a problem with it really. Although one of the issues that has seemed to creep in of late is the speakers coming unseated from the enclosure. So I've actually got a couple of models, O-gauge models, we found out today running the Garden Railway. They sound a little bit like little farty and distant. So I'm going to have to remount.
Oh, the Class 50's rearranged itself.
Has it?
It's become a DPU.
What the hell is it doing? Has somebody pointed that out?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says it, and coaches without a loco.
Torgon Bloomed Marma.
Yeah, so I don't know why it's that's naughty that is, because it doesn't normally.
It has.
Normally it's good as gold.
Itself.
So what I will do is
shifter into reverse, Captain. and take her from the rear. That's the wrong way around. There we go. Is that the reversing noise? Yeah.
No, that's.
I did tell you not to have that.
It's a
extra
very,
helping of
very
cheese.
sad set of clowns that have taken over the past 50.
And I do like that for a little TTS sound chip.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's all right.
DJ K666 says I have no 08 either. I have an 09. That's acceptable.
Yeah. that's
Stephen McLay says good morning from New Zealand. Late. Oh well. We'll just let's ring. Hello, Gandalf.
A Monday clubber is never late, Toto Wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Sarah Davis has just got booted out of the stream. YouTube's having a lot of issues at the moment, to be honest. It really is. It's having almost as many strops as Where Yard normally does. So I'm bringing the 50 round.
Awesome Brick says I like the Hoover push pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. There we go. We are now firmly reconnected. Bebop.
Yeah.
There we are now. Behave yourself.
There we go. Right, so let's have that trundle around. Right, don't mess us about. London Transport 57XX Duck number L99. Says, does Gandalf have a model railway? No, he just sits up here in the dark when I'm not around, and
he models in Shire scale.
well, he likes the fact we've got an extractor fan up here, so he likes to partake of the halfling leaf.
Yeah.
And he does that thing that teenagers do. Like, through generations, teenagers will always do that smoking out of the window. And they think that nobody can smell it.
Everyone knows.
Everybody knows.
It's worth mentioning that the Class 50 did rearrange itself.
Yes.
Because it's got tension locks on it.
Right.
And if you have magnetic couplings, that doesn't happen.
Craig. Smart ass. Go to the top of the class and sharpen all the pencils. John JMC, our guru of sound, says, did you both enjoy the Model World Live? We did, actually.
We enjoyed sitting at your little stand.
Yeah, at your emporium.
It was an oasis. Thank you, mate.
Tom Marshall, Buckle Skelly Station, says, I have a Backman Class 08 D3336 in BR green livery with wasp stripes. And a BR Black 08 currently dressed up as Devious Diesel.
Devious Diesel, not the Thomas fanboy. Oh no.
I do know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when I was a kid, it was like we were rocking it old school. We just had the books, and then a little bit later on, Ringo Starr started narrating. I did like the live action one.
Thomas had not filed his tax returns again.
Yeah, should have talked to Paul McCartney about that.
It was a nice corner, John James. Yes,
it was actually. Yeah, always love sitting in your corner.
Although there was a very strange, I'm going to call him an usher, or one of the little security people that worked for the NEC. I put some rubbish into one of the bins that was next to John's stand, and he walked up and checked what I put in the bin.
Oh, it's like a bit wombly, isn't it?
It was very wombly, and then he walked over past that.
And did you say, what Uncle Bulgaria?
I was very bewildered by the fact he deemed it necessary to check on my crisp packets.
It might have been something to do with the recycling. Maybe it was just making sure that you'd not chucked recycling
well, yes,
in
because I am an adult and I read the labels and I recycle properly.
London Transport 57XX Duck number L99 says, hey Jenny, could you build a Lego Gronk? I haven't got any Lego really, so I could if I had it, but unfortunately I don't. Leamington Station says, hi John, it's nice to see you at the show. Always nice to see John JMC, our guru of sound. Atreus Lux says, hello Thomas, says Gertie the Gas Axe. Oh dear, said Thomas. Oh, that's a bit close to the bone. 247 Trains, big hello. Aaronville says, thanks for answering. If you want to move control of the HM7000 chip from, say, your iPhone to your iPad, you need to maybe call Hornby for... You don't actually know. I've never been asked for the reset.
No, I haven't.
I've never been asked.
Once you register your account with Hornby, what I've noticed now is when you install a new decoder, they've started sending you an automatic email with
Yeah.
your reset code to your email inbox, which I was very surprised and pleased to find out about.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah, yeah.
I don't have to write it down and scramble to find a pen. 'Cause
And then,
of course,
and then
there's never a pen
when
with
you've
one.
got like 25 decoders, go right. Which ones was
Yeah,
which?
they're all in your inbox now, so that's good.
And the thing about it is that I've never once been asked for the reset code.
No, I haven't.
I'm not quite sure the situation where you would be asked, because we've swapped decoders between
And
our
it's not
devices,
asked for it.
and that's iPhone from
And
Android.
I'm back again.
So I wouldn't worry, but there is actually a master reset code.
That might be it.
I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to just give it out willy-nilly, but there is a master reset code. I think it's something like launch 2023.
I won't go shouting it around if there is, because someone's going to try. They're going to brought me decoder because Jenny said.
I turned up at the exhibition and I just did a search, and all the decoders that I found listed.
Go around unpairing everyone's local. You're not playing with your train. You're not playing
I
with your
wonder how
train.
long before there's an incident like that at a show.
Well, now that we've mentioned it, probably a lot more likely.
Marcus Muggins says someone did a great skit on the Ringo narrated Thomas series called Thomas the Tanked Up Engine.
Jerry BVR, why does Hornby insist on knowing your location before it works? It's not Hornby knowing your location. They're not spying on you. They don't care. It's just how the Bluetooth technology works on Android.
It's an Android thing, not
it's
a
an
Hornby
Android
thing.
thing.
'Cause I've seen a few people getting a bit sort of like...
Mine's the same. I have to have location service on, but it's for some reason that's how the Android thing works.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
But it's not Hornby.
Yeah.
Hornby couldn't care less, so there's no need to break out the survivalists and the
Hornby have got
and the
your money.
banjos.
They don't need to know what you do.
Yeah, they don't care where you live.
Money, it's fine.
I think. I mean, it's interesting though, because I think the days of things, external things messing up your layout at shows are already here, because I think that was part of the problem that Making Tracks had, was that they were using wireless driving, but the bandwidth was swamped. It nuked our radio mic feed, and we can't even use what we recorded because it's got so much interference on. But I did hear that quite a few of the layouts as well that were using wireless control couldn't. Because there's only so many channels, and when you think about it, once you've got over whatever number it is within a certain area, you've maxed out the channels.
Frequency bandwidth becomes clogged, like it happens with your internet at home. That's why they say turn it off for 5 minutes, because that resets what frequency you're on.
And often you can find that actually if you live in a big block of flats, surrounded by other blocks of flats. Sometimes you find your wireless won't work properly because actually there's too many other people with their own wireless network within range of you. So effectively they clog all the bandwidth up.
Yeah, and I think we're now going to have to start thinking about the type of venues we go to. Big metal buildings don't lend themselves to...
Yeah, it's effectively a Faraday cage, which if you're inside it shouldn't be an issue, but you do get an issue with reflection.
Yeah.
And that can cause confusion with electronics, because the reflection has a time delay, so effectively it sees it as two signals on the same frequency because there's an ever so slight delay. Effectively an echo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dongits Molero says, the radio controlled trucks are all 2.4 gigahertz as well. Yes.
Yes.
And I suspect that probably had more of a bearing than anything else. Yeah, Sarah Davis says, in remote control cars, sometimes you just have to repair your radios.
Oh, Jen. Oh,
what are you doing? Oh, Stephen Turner says the HM7000 reset codes are listed in managed device and also in the engine shed. Yes. So they are out there, but like I said, I've never been asked for them.
No, I haven't. No, and I've got a few of them now.
Yeah. Warbler Production says, I tend to change the channel my Wi-Fi is operating on until I find a channel that's not got any other Wi-Fi routers on it. Gives better quality signal that way. Tom Marshall, Buggle Skelly Station says that Alipally traders were offered individual Wi-Fi links paid for. Yeah, nothing's free at the NEC, but nothing like... so that's at Alipally. And nothing's free anywhere. Anywhere. I'll get the words out in the end, but nothing like that. The NEC should be an option for big layouts like Making Tracks. Breezer 707 says, I think two things that turn me off the hobby is tricky DCC fitting and faulty locomotives. I don't get many faulty locomotives,
No.
and I've had quite a lot through, both as loaners and as ones I've bought. I've got over 400 locomotives. It's quite shocking.
What you need to understand is what people need to get to understand is you get failure rates with everything, not just from other railways.
I had to take my new car back to the dealership to have a problem fixed.
It's not just from other railway stuff.
Yeah, I've had new Hoovers under warranty.
Exactly,
I've all sorts of problems. It's to be honest, if the only thing I had to take back was a model train, I'd have been blooming lucky in life.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's not my first rodeo.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's like you know what to do because it's happened to you with a fridge freezer, with a Hoover, with double glazing, with a car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Never had faulty double glazing though, I've got to admit.
No, when it's blown and you end up with the moisture in between. And maybe it's a homeowner thing.
Trapped moisture.
Yeah, trapped moisture.
As soon as the windows become yours and not rented, that's when they break.
Yes, that is absolutely true. That's what my grandfather found. As soon as he exercised his right to buy, the council house exercised its right to break.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, new item failure, says Ham Shackleton. Look at the Jag I-Pace. Is that the one that just suddenly decides it'll accelerate all on its own?
Simon Mother Railway Showcase says, new Hoovers under warranty. That sucks.
I never thought anything could blow and suck at the same time.
But that did.
But there we go. Yeah, let's... There we go.
Where did you pull that from?
You don't want to know. Jerry BVR says, that's the problem, Simon Church Mother Road Showcase, it doesn't suck. Warbler Productions, there are 35 different Wi-Fi channels that can be used. That's all that are licensed. The remote control cars should not be operating on Wi-Fi channels, though they do tend to be slightly wider band than meant. I think, I don't know, but there was definitely a lot of people using a lot of bandwidth in that room. Is it? Gosh,
20 past 8. Christ, that's gone fast.
It does, doesn't it? Let's change the angle of the dangle. It's getting a bit warm up here, but
It is.
where's my mouse pointer? Come
there.
back, camera.
Deactivate.
There we go. Atrius Lux says, I found a BR Green 08 with hazard stripe ends, missing some steps for £80. Is that good? Right, first things first, a Class 08 should have outside frames. If it's the Hornby one with just where you can see all of the wheels walk on by, what you want is the what people refer to as the Hornby Super Detail or the Bachmann Class 08.
Absolutely.
And if you're unsure on the Hornby one, just do a Google search. There's one that looks like garbage, and there's one that looks like a Class 08. Make sure it's the Class 08.
The glazing the giveaway as well. The glazing will be really deep on the older one. The newer ones have much better glazing.
You shouldn't be able to see the tops of the wheels, essentially. And if that falls into the category of being the Hornby Super Detail or the Bachmann one, then that's actually not a bad deal. No. You can get replacement ladders from NIU models. It's about a £5, if that. Really quite cheap, and it's an easy fix. I've got a video coming out showing you exactly how to do it. James Pett says, when I was a nipper, I had the one that looked like garbage. Yeah, I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, I had a railroad one when I first came back at
now,
Hornby.
I had a Hornby 001. Now, the Hornby 001, of course, it looks a little bit clunky in this day and age, but it was definitely a much better hash at a Class 08 because it had outside frames. But yeah, £80 I would say is actually not a bad price.
That's about what I paid for my first 08 Batman one about 4 years ago.
And was that new or?
That was used, but that was DCC fit.
Well, funnily enough, actually, Rails of Sheffield had a flash sale. May still have them available. It's Harry Needle Railroad Company Blue, but you could quite easily tart it up into rail blue.
Yeah.
A Class 08, I think it's something like 08502. And they had that brand new for $89.50, which is actually a really quite a good price for a new one. So, Unfamiliar Terrier says, I ended up with 2 older Hornby 08s. So I converted one into a GWR 97XX condensing pannier. Yeah, the problem was that back in the sort of 70s and 80s, Hornby would make one chassis and try and use it under everything. So the chassis that was underneath the 08 was also the same chassis as what was underneath their Ginty, underneath their J52, underneath their J83. And I think it was also with the addition of a front bogie. It's what they used in their James from Thomas the Tank Engine model. And they weren't averse to compromising the body to fit the chassis. And they did the same with the 040 chassis, which is why the Hornby Class 06 diesel shunter is, when you see it compared to a real 06, it's like, what have they done to it? Yeah. It's because they stretched it to fit the chassis. Yeah. Which is a shame, really. Odd Isle Mahut says, I like videos, but when it comes to shorts, as they are called, I unsubscribe. Yeah, I purposefully don't watch shorts. I'll say this now. I'm an old fuddy-duddy. And when I go down YouTube and it tries to push shorts at you, I look at it and think, oh, that looks an interesting topic. Shame it's not a real video. And I keep scrolling because I'm an adult and I watch things like on the side. This vertical stuff.
What annoys me is if I watch my YouTube on my Xbox plugged into my TV. So my subscription feed is just one big block. And if one particular channel has uploaded like 20 short videos that day, I can't see the real content I want to see because it's spammed with shorts. And if that happens, unfortunately, I do unsubscribe from the channel because it becomes a form of spam.
Yeah, and you've got to be careful. And I suppose what you've got to remember is the shorts, they tend to be more consumed by the more kiddie element, so the younger element, are more used to that format.
It's like a TikTok thing.
But us adults, the kind of people who are going to actually watch your full video and come back for more, we like traditional videos. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going out on a limb here, but
15 minutes or longer.
Yeah, and we don't like the only having a laugh nonsense. Yeah. Like, you'll never guess what happened next. I unsubscribed was what happened next.
You won't believe what happened when I put the model train into a paddling pool.
Yeah, what happened was I unsubscribed and went elsewhere. The Tryheart says, I saw a great 08 in Tower Models a while back, second-hand and weathered, but didn't buy it even though it was only £50. I still kick myself. No, 50 squids for a Gronk is a good price. If
it's the right model, though.
Yeah.
Dodgy one, you don't want that. It's one of them.
And Madden Steam Railway is only the railroad version. Now it's sold as the railroad, so you can identify it. But up until Hornby introduced its Super Detail Class 08, they were still selling it as if it was somehow a good model. And that's what you've got to watch out for, that not all railroad quality models are marked as such.
Tom Marshall, Bullerscott Station says, Craig, you're saying you don't run trains on the carpet. No, I am afraid I am not of the Rugrat ilk, I'm afraid. Running my £200 model on the carpet just seemed like a silly idea. But that's just me.
And most importantly, Lizzie Beard Locomotive says, Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes. John JMC, our guru of sound, says, I haven't done a live for weeks now, so I have done a few videos lately, but I don't think they are shorts. I think you'd know if you were making shorts. And yeah, Retro Rambles, YouTube shorts are usually clickbait.
Not necessarily.
My life is clickbait.
I'm gonna jump in on that, actually, Jen.
Careful.
YouTube shorts
The monkey has an opinion.
A really good way of getting people to see your channel, but you have to do it in the correct way. When you're creating a short, it has to be under a minute. If you go over it, it doesn't matter whether it's in vertical format or horizontal, it will not count as a short, and therefore it will not go into the shorts buffer. Also, when you're uploading, you have got to turn off, and this is the most important bit, turn off notify your subscribers.
See, I find this is really weird. It's like you have to tell it not to tell your subscribers. It's almost like an acknowledgement that your subscribers really are not interested in shorts.
This is the thing. If you are a producer of long form content, your subscribers don't want to see shorts.
No.
That's usually how it is. However, here's the thing. The people that are coming to see your channel for the first time are looking at shorts. Because it's a nice little clip, like a trailer almost, of what you're doing. So you tell YouTube not to notify your subscribers. This way, instead of it going into your subscriptions feeds for all your subscribers,
we'll try
it goes
this.
into the main buffer.
We'll try
and
it.
Everyone sees it.
We'll
That's
try
what
it.
me. I was just saying to Jen, I watch YouTube on my Xbox. If I go on my subscriptions feed and a particular channel has uploaded a load of shorts recently, I can't see the stuff I want to see because it's just 4 lines of
Exactly.
nonsense
And you're
I
not
don't want to
watching
see.
them.
So I end up unsubscribing from that channel.
Yep. And more importantly, from their point of view,
Yeah.
from the point of view of feeding the YouTube algorithm and telling them what they want to see, you're not watching those shorts. So that is tanking their channel.
Exactly.
Why do I
Always tell
feel
it that
like
you
I'm
don't want
sitting
shorts.
here going, this can of worms needs opening?
If you
Can I?
Sarah Davis is right. A short is an advert for your main channel. Yes.
Yes,
that is
but
exactly
so you
how
wouldn't
you need
clog
to
up
use
your
it.
main channel with nothing but adverts. But right, hold on, that started moving again. What I wanted was there was a comment up there. I was waiting for you two to stop talking.
That's rich, isn't it, Zoe?
From Richard Brutus. I know she's terrible.
Yeah, it says Richard Gruter says, "How about your mum's carpet?" I think if I ran trains on my mum's carpet,
Your mum would not be happy.
she'd be like, "You haven't lived here in like 30 years.
How did you get in?
Yeah, who gave you a key?"
And my mum's got laminate flooring, so that actually wouldn't
Yeah,
be too
yeah.
bad.
Where'd
It's
you get that
basically a
carpet?
baseball
Yeah, she'd be
ready to
like,
go.
"You've got your own carpet.
Yeah.
You want to
Where
run
are you?
trains on your carpet?
Ruin your own carpet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah."
Put lines in my carpet.
But anyway, I've been waiting for so long.
Lines in my shack pile.
No one, no one says have a nice cup of tea, Zoe. That's one for you.
I would like a
Madden
nice
Steam
cup of
Railway
tea.
says, "I think you visited my TikTok channel recently." I'm not. I don't do.
We
TikTok.
don't do TikTok, sorry.
We may have shown a video from it on the
If it was put onto
On the
one
Monday
of our
Club.
links, then we may have seen it, but we don't do TikTok.
Any media format that sounds
I
like a
don't
James
do
Bond villain
Insta-
psychic is not for me.
yeah.
From my point of view, TikTok is what younger people use, and it has its own culture, its own ways of doing things. I don't get
Yeah.
it. I don't have time to learn
TikTok
it, so
is like getting
I just
down with
leave
the
it to
youth.
one side.
And what you got to remember.
Am I really this out of touch? No.
Yes.
No, it's
Yeah.
the children that are wrong.
Can I just say, anybody who's a regular user watching this, who's a regular user of TikTok, I'm old enough to be your parent, and if your parents aren't doing TikTok, then that's probably the same reason I'm not either.
It's just how it is. I'm not in
James
a position
Petson.
to learn a new thing.
James Pett suggests we don't do TikTok. Do that as a YouTube short. We don't do TikTok.
We don't do the ticky-tockies.
Yes. Anyway, meanwhile, just in case anybody thought they'd missed the Gandalf, has Gandalf come up with you?
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf. See, TikTok, it's like why are people obsessed by the noise my clock makes?
Yeah, why are people obsessed with the crocodile from Peter Pan?
With the eyebrows.
No one says you guys are blooming awesome. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I mean, it's like your parents didn't like our clock. Every
Oh,
time
my
they,
goodness, yeah.
they can't sleep. It's in the bedroom at the back that they use, and they can't sleep with this clock going tick tock.
Right, your clock's got a cuckoo inside it.
Oh, that's the other clock. We've got a lot of clocks.
It's called clock.
But no, the thing is, I'm getting really tired of having to find another picture hook because every time your parents take the clock off the wall, they pull the picture
I
hook out
know.
and lose it.
Fly More Chairman wants to know what the Discord link is this week, Zoe.
the Discord link. It's the same as every
As
week.
opposed to the disco link.
It's the same as every week. I will find it in a minute for you. All the people saying that TikTok's a Chinese data harvesting operation.
You're not
Can I
far
just
wrong.
point out one thing? All social media is a data
Yeah,
harvesting
if you think
operation.
Facebook isn't harvesting your information, then you are
They
very
They
naive.
already have your information.
Yeah.
You are a profile to them. Just accept it and keep buying more stuff on eBay.
Yep,
There you go.
that's how it works.
Yeah. I ever wondered why? Like, hold on, that advert's for something I was talking about 5
Cookies are a
minutes
wonderful
ago.
thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. All social media is harvesting your data. That's why you got in free, because you're the product.
Yep.
Yes, it's absolutely true, and it's why things like Facebook keeps getting into trouble for harvesting too much.
Okay, I will find the Discord thing for you. Not a problem. Right, you guys continue the chat.
Motion says, I can't get used to seeing Iron Horse Railways without his flat cap. Jenny! Oh, good grief. And people give me a hard time.
So they should.
Oh.
So I'm just going to find the Monday Club, because I know that's where the thingamajigs are, in the Hoojamacords and the watching things.
So are we doing some videos here
No,
tonight?
I'm trying to find a certain thing. Barry's56xx says, I'll not argue here, but I disagree. You're welcome to disagree. That's the thing about the internet. So many people have tried to make it so that we either have to agree or must fight. And no, that's
It
not how the
shouldn't-
world is. We can disagree on anything. As
Also,
long as we're adult about it.
Yeah, because just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean they have to be your enemy.
can I just
Exactly.
say, several people have now pointed out the fact that the thumbnail looks like I'm brandishing some sort of weapon.
Yes.
And it
Get
gives
in, you
it
slag!
gives the wrong kind of impression.
Okay, well, we'll get a different one if you want. Send me a nice photo. And
I
I'll
don't
add it
have any
instead.
nice photos. Oh, that's me! What was my video doing there? Oh, look how good my weathering is.
Oh look! Oh!
That's me.
Okay, well,
I
I was
like the-
trying to find the Discord link, but if you want to bring that up, it's fine.
So
Yeah,
hold
I
on,
would
that's
not to blow my own horn, but I really
there we
like-
go.
I think
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna get a job
recognise
on
this
that.
wagon. William Loud and Son.
Some
Is
guy
that full of
called
bricks?
Billy Loud, is it?
Yeah.
Is that full of bricks?
Will I know that's full of
It's full of trumpets.
that's full of boxes containing mysterious, wonderful items.
What, like gramophone
Parts
horns?
for gramophones, absolutely,
No,
yes.
it's like not any old parts. It's
Right.
brand new horns and
Boxes
needles.
full of Grandma's horn. What?
What? Yeah, you need a bigger ear trumpet. Maybe William Loud can sort you out.
Buffering again.
Oh.
I can't
Oh,
help
yeah,
you
yeah.
there, guys.
Yeah, unfortunately this is a YouTube thing. Warning you now, YouTube is at fault, not at us. We're all in the green.
Must be a UK thing.
Partick Hill Station says internet service continues to work uninterrupted here in Toronto.
Yeah, it's a YouTube
So,
thing. It's not an us thing.
Yes.
The internet's fine, eh?
Yeah, no buffering here, says Valley's 56XX.
What
Okay.
bitrate is a moose?
Mad About Steam says, hi Jenny, do you know the train enthusiast Ray Peddy?
Who?
I'm not familiar with Ray Peddy. Pim1234 says, nice weathering on the William Loud. Are we not seeing any of the others that were...
I am trying to find the Discord link, Jen.
Okay.
Discord?
Ben Davis
What
says,
about Discord?
Jennifer,
Or
Iron
Discord?
Horse, hoping soon we get narrow gauge diesels, so I'm waiting them to build my narrow gauge.
There's a few been announced from that
There's
one.
the Bagley Drury from Backman is supposedly fairly imminent. Pizza of Death says Hanning's Rest Model Railway. Yeah, it's not at our end. This is a YouTube related issue. So we're just getting the Discord address into the chat.
Oh no,
What happened there?
it's too long.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Tiny
Right.
URL.
So
Yeah, that's not going to fit. Right, the Discord, I don't care anymore. I've tried so much.
unfortunately, we technical issues. So there we are.
Tried so hard and got so far.
So
but in the
why
end,
don't we
I'm covering your back,
why
too.
why don't we concentrate on what people have sent in?
And
in a
people are
minute.
just saying they like my
Oh,
wagons.
okay. I was going to talk about something and I've completely forgotten now.
I don't believe it.
It's like some kind of gaseous emissions are affecting my thinking.
Well, they're from your own production. None of mine this week. Told you since I found out what was wrong with me, I've been able to control it. I'm fine now. Some might say that was my most qualifying feature. that I can blow off on command.
Oh dear.
Midland Transporter is shouting out the Discord link to the Monday Club Facebook page. It's there.
It is there.
It's been there for the last year and a half. Nothing is loading. I can't get Tiny URL to work.
Yeah.
Get that.
We don't want a free trial. We just want a link. Heidi hi, Gruffy. Howdy ho. And there's, I think, Gandalf's on the phone from
A
somewhere.
Monday clubber is never late, Toto Wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And Ben Tuller, actually, we were thinking about, we're trying to engineer for our next Monday Club Wagon commission. There'll be, we're working on the name, but it'll be such and such, rivets and fasteners. And the tagline underneath is, "You can count on us."
That's fantastic.
So that's kind of how the next Monday Club Wagon commission is taking shape. Excuse me. We did think about the Maneth Tatters Slate Company. We might do both, but a lot of people have asked for vans,
Yeah, I like
and
them.
that might be a good way of doing a van. I've got to get some quotes, just at price quotes. That's not playing the sound, is it?
It's not playing anything in the moment, don't you? I was sure Don gets sent a thing in, you see, via the Facebook page, but I can't find it now.
Raymond Legg says today's chat is confusing. Yes,
Yeah, well,
today's
it's
video is confusing.
What's
confusing
wrong?
illusion.
Yeah. Warbler Production says, I'm in the Discord group, got the link from the pinned post in the group.
Yeah, there you are.
Xantec says, what about the Monday Club etched brass nameplates for locomotives? I suspect they might be a bit too niche. To be honest, initially we want to try and get the pin badges.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But we're having a problem.
I'm
The
getting
companies
annoyed
are
with the pin
not
badges.
bothering to respond. It's like, which bit about we want to give you money is causing you
Yeah.
an ire?
Which is the distress? The
Yeah,
part
yeah.
about we give you the money, or the
What
part
I
we
think
give
it
you
is that I've already got a design, and they want to add their own design.
Yeah, but we don't
so they
want.
can charge you more for design services.
Yeah, but I've already got a design. I'm not interested.
Why don't they
in
just
that.
say? Like,
Oh, you can't say that. You've got to play silly buggers. That's how the world works, you see. You can't say no. You've just got to make the other person leave.
You've just got to ghost something.
Yeah.
It's because nobody likes confrontation, so they think that by not actually responding to you, they're somehow avoiding
I think
confrontation.
that's eventually going to get Renee being marketplaced. Because whenever you send a message to someone on Marketplace,
And then they
they
disappear.
disappear forever. I've been marketplaced.
Yeah, because they always block as well, and it's like it's bad enough you didn't respond, but when you block, I mean, why do? It's like if somebody blocks you, all I could think was, well, they were obviously a scammer, and they thought I was close to working them out.
Tom Marshall, I think he's always going to wait a little bit longer before.
Oh, we can put someone onto good for pin.
She's
badge.
already put a lot of fingers out there, but I think you could have
Actually,
another
yeah. If you are you all right to send an email with some info, because that might be quite useful, especially if you've used them and you can vouch for them. We've approached quite a few companies that were allegedly reputable, but they just haven't responded.
Yeah.
Steve Ball says, sorry I'm late, I've been gardening till the light went. Top quality show as always. Are you sure you're watching this show? But there is a Gandalf here. He wants to say something to you.
A Monday clubber is never late, Toto Wagons.
What have you pressed?
Nor are they early.
Instead of
They
a
arrive
space, I might have to
precisely
press
when they
a
mean
B
to.
and then a return.
Huh.
So I've got the first video here, you see.
Busby job.
Exactly. So now you know that Winston Busby is at Busby Junction is coming up with the first video. It says, "Hi Zoe, Jenny, Gandalf, and Topsy. Loving the show. Like Jenny, the idea of the 009 layout on the top of Jablight Mountain would be a cool little mini.
I do
layout."
want to do that, but it's on the list for things to do.
Please find a link for my new running video at Busby Junction. So here we go.
It's nice, right? It's, ooh.
I like a lot.
So we're up here. I like the turntable. I always like a turntable. Ooh,
on the timetable. You mean
the
turntable?
turntable. Oh, there we are. It says there's something up with the aspects. Oh, right, there we are. Right. Please. It's like you read my mind. So nice long goods train there. Nice mixed goods train. Of course, entirely prototypical. Trains were like that. This is really developed nicely. I do like a good Pratt Truss gantry. That's the ratio kit, and I actually really like them. And you can kit bash them so well. I've done one that spans 3 tracks, and I've seen them made to span quite a lot of tracks. So if you buy 2 or more of the Pratt Truss kits, you can actually put together a really interesting signal gantry out of them. And just like a lot of the ratio signalling kits, you can do a lot. Wow, are they hall classes or boiler on a flat troll?
I thought that was a loco without a cab then.
Yeah. So that was an interesting load on there. But again, nice little view where you kind of channel the view and focus in a particular direction.
It is warm.
It's ridiculously warm up here.
It's only, we're going to get air conditioning, so we're going to put all the super chats in the Jenny needs some air conditioning,
and that'll be enough to afford 1 screw.
Oh look! This is what I've been. Can I just say that was what I've been talking about, where you have buildings that channel your view.
Yes.
And I love that on railways.
What I have to say though, guys, there's not enough trams. We need more trams on every layout.
Oh no!
There's got to be at least 3 trams per
somebody's tipped
layout.
the world on its edge. Look, they're sliding down.
Old Victorian and Edwardian style, where it's basically just a weird-looking rounded box that trundles along and goes ding ding every now and again.
I like the. If you see how they put the shed walls, you see there, underneath right up to the edge of the roof. That is actually a really good way of doing it, because you've got the not the shed roof, the loft roof coming right down. I'm now looking around and thinking where I can employ that. I like that. I really like that effect.
This is a great thing. This is a very long video though, so I'm going to jump it on once I remember where
you've put the hit the lever.
There it is. I lost the mouse.
It's not the only thing you've lost. I like the veg garden.
I'm going to jump this on. Oh no!
No! Oh no!
I don't want to see your advert.
I don't want to see a fake YouTuber.
Yeah. There we
go. If I wanted to see a fake YouTuber, I'd go on the shorts.
You won't believe what happened next. Yes, I unsubscribed.
I will believe what happened next too, as I pressed stop.
It's a really nice layout here.
It really is nice.
I like the depth where you've got stuff in between the tracks, vegetation, stuff that kind of draws the eye in particular directions. Really nicely done.
While the productions wants to know what colour would William Loudonson's logo be. I'm not sure about the colour, but I would think it'd be like a little 4 shunter for the yard or something.
It'd probably be something like they buy one of the
loudest locomotive on UK road?
I don't know. He'd probably, knowing him, he'd probably fit a trumpet into the exhaust, and he'd probably buy cheap one of the Lancashire and Yorkshire pugs, because he thought pugs are yappy little dogs. So I'll go with that. And of course, or he might have got a terrier, because they're known to bark under load. So either a terrier or a Lancashire and Yorkshire pug.
Something small and scrappy, basically.
That's
certainly giving my neck a workout, I have to be honest with you.
Yeah. Nice vegetation. Ooh, the magic.
Batman one says, if we're moderator on the channel, do we get moderator on Discord? Nope. Different disciplines.
There's some really nice angles here. I don't mean the... Oh, there we go. I think sometimes it's down to which way your phone was when you started recording.
Yes.
And then even when you turn your phone,
it doesn't turn it.
It does weird stuff.
You'll have to turn the video footage in your video editor.
Yeah.
Sometimes on some editors that's just not possible.
Yeah.
If you're watching at home, please don't turn your TVs around. It's fine. Just give it a minute.
If you're watching on your side, you're probably all right. Oh, I like that. Yeah. The channeling of the view through the buildings.
Yeah.
So
nice Metcalf kit. I do like these factories from Metcalf.
Metcalf does some great stuff.
With them. But look, thank you so much for sharing that
Yeah,
with us.
thank
We're
you very
going to
much.
move on. Hit the lever.
I moved on once. Didn't get much else done. Then.
Yeah, so
I
we're
think I
back,
quite like a
back
pug.
with the Shagwell.
You've got to draw pugs somewhere, haven't you?
I've got loads of pugs somewhere.
Jen's Pogo fantastic.
These aren't the
Ow,
pugs.
ow, ow. Oh, I'm kneeling on the floor and it's making my...
Nigel Cole says my neck hurts.
Party Kill Station says, talking of videos, do you have any? We've just been watching one.
So just
How far behind are you?
There you go, here's a pug.
He might be far. He might be behind.
wait, are you rummaging? You're rummaging in my drawers.
That's what's so funny.
Don't rummage in my
that's
wife's
actually
drawers.
Can I just say that's the preserved one at Keithley and Worth Valley? Look, 51218.
And it's got a stay alive in there as well.
Of course.
I reckon you could fit. I mean, you won't better fit a HM7000 in there, would you?
Oh, good God, no.
But a
I
smaller
bet you
sound
could
recorder.
if you
Well-
were someone like John JMC.
John JMC, our guru of sound, would probably be able.
He'd just use a Zemo because they're tiny.
Yeah.
The little Zemo ones are tiny. You get a
I
speaker.
did,
in
well,
the car.
he'd probably grind a bit out from the lead plug that's in the boiler.
Okay, Jen, I've got a question for you.
Have you really?
Would you like to see a nice layout or a nice G-scale garden railway?
Yes.
Ooh.
So we'll go for that one, shall we?
You've got a wash.
Why can't we have? Yeah, I know I have.
I thought you wanted a wash.
I do in green or maroon.
Oh, okay.
I haven't got.
We don't have time for both while sharing videos, you see.
A garden railway.
Okay.
Go for garden.
So this
railway.
one is a garden railway
We
one.
were doing that earlier. So
Okay,
that's
so make full screen.
Yes, I will. And this one's from Chris Morris. So here we go.
Aha! So Chris Morris, your
look.
video is up.
nice.
Oh,
Well, see, that's what a proper garden railway looks like, Jen.
this is nice.
You notice how it's not falling off the track? Oh,
I said to you, check if there's anything stuck in it, and you went, oh, it's absolutely clear. And when I checked, there was a stone in the point.
Well, it wasn't there when he checked.
instructions unclear.
Instructions unclear. I've set fire to roof.
Please advise.
Melchester Model Railway is asking, how do we make a short from a regular video?
Don't.
There are several ways. The easiest way is to press the remix button on the YouTube app on your phone, where it'll let you just grab 15 seconds and make a short. But your better way is to grab the video, put it into your video editing software, and make anything up to a minute long. I would usually go for making sure it's
50
59
seconds,
seconds, just to make sure YouTube doesn't mess up its timings. And do it that way because you have far more control over everything. But there's several ways, and then you just upload that. If a video's under a minute, it will try and upload it as a short, so you're automatically doing it. This is fantastic. I love that it's got little people in it.
I like that, yeah. It's,
It adds that little bit of extra character, doesn't it?
I like his static grass. That's
It
very
looks
good.
so real,
It
doesn't
does, yeah. The ballast is a little bit overscaled, though, I think.
G-Scale gives you so much more options for grasslands.
Yeah. G-scale's, I think that's like American or something, isn't it, though?
Look at that,
Yeah.
there's people moving in the background, that's amazing.
I mean, this is a
Is
lovely
that a
garden.
drum kit? Oh, no,
Can I
never mind.
just say as well, I really do appreciate how he's got his turf right up to the edge of the ballast there. It's
Yeah.
nicely landscaped. So this is really, really good.
Jenny and Craig are facing backwards in this video. Actually,
Yeah.
it looks like you're in the
Oh,
carriage.
are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying this? Oh, look at this. Oh, hello, Mum. Look at that, yeah. Oh, we're having a nice view out where we've been.
Brilliant.
YouTube shots are in profile format, not landscape. Sorry, guys. It's just how it is.
Richard Gruter says the house looks too big. It's they haven't used the right
The
scale.
reason they're in profile format is because they're designed to be consumed by people on their phone when they're on the toilet.
Yep.
That's what they're for.
You know,
That-
can I just say that it's quite easy to turn
Yeah, but who sits on the toilet with the phone like this?
me.
No! Now we know how you watch videos. You fell into that one. There we go. Welcome to the Monday Club After Dark.
This is a good-sized garden railway.
really is.
I take it that you had to do a little bit of negotiation with the domestic authorities.
Absolutely. That is a lovely little
But
locomotive as well.
Can I just say, this garden railway proves the point which I made about garden railways, that they don't have to dominate the landscape. They can actually enhance a
go
garden
through it.
rather than dominate it. And with this, I like the castle as well. You see, what we've got here is a garden railway that enhances the garden. It kind of gives a purpose to a lot of the choice of plants as well, and the landscaping as well. You see here, it really does bring all this alive. And you got the buildings out in the garden. I mean, that's
like the
great.
station. That is so cool. Yeah, Warbler. The name of YouTube Shorts is correct, but they've cut off the first part of it. It should be the court shorts. You'll use it on the loop.
Yeah.
Richard Gruter says my garden is a dump.
John James C says, I'm trying to get approval for an all-gaze loop of track. Come on, Jenny.
That was brilliant. Thank you so much for that.
Well, to be honest, it's quite easy. You just say, I'm going to put a loop of O-gauge track in the garden. It's going to be great.
John, one piece of advice for you, mate. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
I've heard this, but it doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
I set
How
fire to
are
the
you-
microwave one time, and I've never heard the end of
But
it.
did you ask permission to set it on fire first?
No.
Well, there you are.
I did
then,
ask for forgiveness, and it wasn't easy. Because she
But
did.
you see, I mean, you remember how a loop of track appeared in our garden? Do you
No.
remember me? Yeah,
It
exactly.
just sprung up one
It
day.
just happened.
Through
You said
osmosis.
someone dropped it.
I said we had.
You said we were keeping it. Let's go.
I said we had-
keeping
we
it
had,
warm for someone's dad.
Yeah, we had burglars, and they brought a garden railway with them and landscaped the garden.
So the
Warm
next,
up here.
the next and final video for tonight is from PVA J. Cloth Allen,
Hey.
who says, "Would you kindly show my latest video?
Of course we shall.
It's Operation Plywood."
Operation Plywood. Bigelow, GWR, Buckley Junction. I haven't seen your name in there before, so there's a kind of Gandalf-related
Monday
thing going on.
Clubber is never late, Toto wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Gandalf. So this
Here we
is
go.
Buckland Junction Signal Box with Alan in the loft.
Alan in the loft.
Oh, lots and lots of PVA and...
My
Oh!
goodness, that is a huge
So
layout.
right. And that's nice that he's shown that, because I haven't seen the track plan before. All right.
This
We're
looks DC as well.
powering up Mission Control.
This looks like it's old school DC with the
Yeah,
small
I
generator
think
to
he
power it.
is. I think he is. But yeah, he's
Look
fired
at
up
that.
Mission Control. We're good to go. We have a go situation.
That's an
It's
M4.
it's a great layout
On the
for
fly.
just watching trains go
It
round.
is.
And I love the bridges and the multi-levels. Bridges are like one of the things that I love the most
You
about
love
railway.
it.
Yeah,
You
I
love a
do.
bridge.
I do. Oh, and this is the real
My
real
goodness, this looks
location
real.
that inspired.
Look at the
um,
way he's got the animated water there. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
this is where he's modelled, and look, you see the weird shape of the tunnels. It's entirely
I think we've
prototypical.
seen this one before.
Jenny's
This is
ignoring
Dawlish Seawall. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm ignoring you.
With the javelin as well. You don't see the javelins anymore.
me. Beep, beep.
Are they gone?
That's a javelin. I'm sure they are. If they are, I've not seen one for a long time.
Maybe they just don't
There
run
it
around
is.
here. So yeah, I mean, this is really, really good. So this is, I dropped in on one of his live streams and shocked him. I went, hello, and he went, oh, it's Jenny Kirk, dropped in. And he was actually doing some of this.
Someone's burnt the gravy.
That's nicely done, actually. That's,
Oh, I like that.
you made one of these, but
I
you didn't.
did.
You didn't quite do it like that.
No, I didn't put any dudes in it.
You needed to complete the Dudesonium ensemble.
Simon Trent says that's not Dawlish, that's Dover apparently.
Yeah, there you are.
Oh yeah,
We're
you're
going
right.
to jump on a little bit. This is a 20-minute video. I want to jump on a little bit. So this is
A
Operation
J94?
Plywood.
It is a J94.
Ah.
Now
Oh,
I
I see what he's
need.
doing here.
I do need to get myself a J94. It is a glaring omission from my collection. I've got the Hunslet Austerities, which
Isn't that the
arguably are
same
the
thing though?
kind of
Oh, I
yes.
like that.
The J94s with the austerities that the LNER bought, and some of them did get a few modifications, but essentially a J94 is a Hunslet Austerity that the LNER bought that then passed to BR.
So he's
But they are the
painting
same
on
locomotive,
Okay,
pretty
yeah.
much.
these bits, and he's adding in.
Oh,
Oh, that is so
I
well
like
done.
that. That's
this
very
is a bit
nice.
like what Les did with
Yeah, Les
over
did
there,
it
but
as well.
Les did it straight onto the plywood, which
With watercolor crayons and things.
and the problem is that because the plywood has a grain, if you go straight onto the plywood, it can bring in some difficulties. John Walters says, hello there, better late than never.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And yes, I got Dawlish and Dover mixed up. So my fault.
Nah,
My fault.
right, so where's he putting this?
This is actually coming together really nice. So he's building it up.
Oh, I see where he's putting it now.
Oh,
There. He's got a certain shape.
oh, I see what he's
On his
done. Right,
plywood,
yes,
yes.
that's clever.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's,
Oh,
it's
clever.
all making sense, Moriarty. Very good.
Yeah.
Right, so I see now, yeah.
Oh, we've got the
Oh.
old acrylics out there. Is that acrylic? Or is it oil? I can't tell.
That
from
looks
here.
like...
Looks like
an acrylic.
watercolour of some description.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's water going
Oh,
on
it's
there.
all
So
melted.
Could be watercolour, but it looks like...
I'm thinking watercolour. It looks.
It's a watercolour. Look at the way it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
formed
I'm
together.
looking at the tube.
Oh,
So,
I don't
and
do
this
that.
is always a good idea. So you see here, just blending in the edges of the wood.
Yeah.
And the best thing about watercolours is you can mix different colours together to get exactly the right shade.
Yeah, most pens.
So is
don't really
that?
do
I think
but
that's glue.
That's kind of how pens work.
So
She's ignoring me again.
so this is quite nice. So that what we're going to get on here is kind of a flat relief version of how the hill would go.
Ah, that's awesome.
That
That's
is
very
so
clever.
cool.
And then it draws your eye away from the fact it's
So
actually
the
a flat
back
piece of
scene
plywood.
becomes the fore scene.
Yeah,
That's very clever.
that is
There
so
we go.
nice.
And actually, if you're interested in getting it like nice and flat and smooth, you can get like a little roller thing.
Yes.
And you. And
A
I think they
rubber
sell
roller,
it.
'cause
Yeah,
it-
they sell them in
yeah.
art shops.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. That's fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of people in
Yeah.
the chat saying it's
Ben
very clever
Tullett
as
says
well.
very clever.
That is
Um,
so good.
Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath says showcase the ones at Rails, mainly non-BR ones, just the private owner military ones. Oh, then that's the J94.
That's very nice.
Um,
Very good.
I am super impressed with that. That is fantastic. Yeah, and now you can't see the join because he painted the top of the wood.
And it's really
Brilliantly
nicely done, and it basically it draws your eye away from the edge of the scene
Yeah.
and keeps
Yeah.
you immersed in the scene. So that's
good.
actually a really clever idea, and it's not something I've ever seen done before. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic. Such work put into it.
Most
Slimo
people
Channel
just
1.
paint it like brown or black.
And yes, Sarah Davis, the range is good for a lot of arty
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely. The range, that's where I
hobby-
get all my stuff.
Yeah.
Hobbycraft too, I always worth it, but they tend to be a little bit expensive.
Yes,
so-
they're a little more expensive, but they do have a different range and sometimes more
yeah, they have a
specialist
good
items.
range, but they're not the range.
Yeah, I get my frames and stuff from Hobbycraft these days if I want to frame something.
That I mean,
large.
that's turned. I like that.
Oh.
That's just turned out
So-
really nice.
So well done. And of course, he'd already
I love
got
the
the outline
bridges.
of the paper that he needed.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he knew
yeah.
exactly what he was doing.
Really, really nice.
o'clock
The
already.
works for art supplies suggests
Right.
Swithin Model Railway.
Guys, we're going to have to drop that from there. Thank you so much. But
Yeah.
before we go, I have to ask a question, Jen.
Do you? If
Do
it's
we
the one
have
about
a
where babies
sponsor?
come from. Yes, we do have a sponsor. It's TMC, the Model Centre. Your first choice stop for new and used with extensive ranges of new... What?
We have a button.
Oh,
Do we have a sponsor, Jenny?
Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Press, hit the lever. The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey. So a big thank you to TMC for sponsoring tonight's show and a big thank you to you guys as well. Huge thank you too to everybody who did the super chats too. Thank you for your amazing generosity. Did you just retrieve that brake van? It deceitfully dropped out.
Yes, I could.
Go and get it.
Do you need me to?
Yes, just
Would
do
you
it.
like me to?
Hit
There's
the
a
lever.
difference between
Yeah.
can I and will I.
All evening, it's been fine.
McBen Man 1, good night to you and good night to everybody. Sorry, I just...
Thank you so
being
much
naughty,
to TMC
naughty.
for sponsoring.
James Pets, and like James, I didn't see whether you answered it early on, but it's like James Pets strikes me as the kind of chap who has never knowingly worn jeans and a t-shirt. I don't know. Is this true?
I am going to head off now because Game Hammer is going to be starting in quarter
Of course.
past.
And I have to drive home.
Yes.
You don't have to. You get to.
I get to.
Yes.
I can leave.
You get to put on your romper suit
My
and get.
flight jacket and off. Into
Oh
the
yeah,
night.
you're like Biggles,
I am
aren't
a
you?
bit of that.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's
I
like,
can't do
hello,
the-
has anybody
can't do
seen
the
my
thing.
B17?
Factory
We've
now
got
departing
those
as the 2104
Can't do it.
service to Boxton on File, stopping at Bolton Trinity Road, Millith Tatis, Tatis Newark,
Uh-huh.
Eindhoven, Pittsburgh, somehow, that unnamed layout that Jenny said had a name but then it turned out it didn't have a name, Iron Horses Special Railway,
Oh.
some other places, and then on to Boxton on File.
Special.
That's the 2104 service to Boxton on File.
Don't forget, everybody, as well, that you will be prompted to move on over to the Game Hammer Classic Gaming Monday Night Live, a retro gaming goodness live stream. So your live streaming entertainment will continue on what is actually here in the UK, a bank holiday Monday. Also, we forgot to mention the Rails of Sheffield flash sale on O-Gauge wagons.
Yes,
Some of the
it
O-Gauge
ends
wagons
tonight at midnight, apparently.
ends tonight at midnight, and some of the items are actually sold out already. But
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
an O-Gauge wagon for the price, in fact, less than the price of a double O-Gauge
Double
version.
O-Gauge, yeah. and the good quality ones as well.
They're
So.
the Daypole ones, so you know you're getting a good model. So do head on over there. Also, I've got some news on KR models. The Leader is going to start shipping from the factory soon. They're in final assembly, and they have been upgraded, so they now all come with Stay Alives on board as standard, and that's all models, pretty much like what a Cura Scale did, and they've upgraded to Plux 22 and been working with ESU to make sure that all of the lights work perfectly. So a little bit of news for the KR models. Leader, if you're waiting for that. The 4DD has sold out on pre-order from KR models, although if you want to place an order through Rails of Sheffield, I believe they still have a few unallocated. But the 4DD has been one of the most successful orders, for if not the most successful on pre-order, selling out on pre-order. So, but from everybody here out the Weir Yard, and big thank you to Iron Horse Railways.
Got my name.
No, it's just,
My
I'm
name.
low blood sugar. Anyway, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
Bye. Oh my god.
Are you all right then? This is like if I had a camera to point at him.
Oh,
It's just
what? That's very hot, Jenny.
what is?
Your metal thing here, that's very hot.
Oh, that's my Alpha Power and Box.
Yeah, that's quite
Is
warm.
that hotter than you would expect?
Yeah, that's like that would worry me.
That's always like that. It's only pulling 2.1 amps.
Yeah, that's warm.
Wait a minute. Where's? Oh, she's moved the mouse.
Hey?
I'm lamenting that monkey for moving things. Right, let me go and help Craig get find his romper suit. So a big thank you to Craig. It's always great having Craig along for the Monday Club. Your live streaming goodness will continue shortly with the Game Hammer Classic Gaming Monday Night Live. Thank you, Flymo Chairman 1. Thank you for posting up all the links to various things. So we're coming close to the end of the Monday Club. Let's fire up some sounds. Class 50. I sound like the announcer now on Tubular Bells. Hornby Lord Nelson. Class 25 running a HM7000 decoder. It's actually the Class 47 sound file. Class 13 with a HM7000 decoder rocking the Class 08 sound profile through dual speakers. Zoe? Are you live? Okay. So Zoe is now live on Gamehammer Classic Gaming livestream, so I just got time for me to say thanks for joining us here. Take care of yourself, happy modelling, and bye for now.